get through anything if your day's a bit grey. You know what to do.
What's going on, lovely people? How are we enjoying the food? Woo! Looks good, man. Just a bit of housekeeping before we get started and introduce ourselves properly. This is a statement that Suzanne has asked us to read. So, Flux has worked with young people whose voices we don't usually hear, and those are often not prioritised to be involved in these sort of projects. So by that nature, obviously it can be hard for a lot of people to turn up. So can we just make some noise for ourselves, for everybody being here? It's a wicked turnout. Living Words believes in showing people that they matter and that they have a place at the table. All tables, these tables, do you know what I mean? Figurative tables, whatever. And we'll keep making spaces for people in statement and actuality, stating that these seats are for all of us and for all that we've done in this event. And project members will see images of this event and see how it went. And everything's going to be shared with them. Bless up. So to introduce myself properly, allow the formalities. My name's Samuel Mansell. I'm a rapper, spoken word artist, filmmaker, youth worker. I'm from Oxford. So this is my first time in Folkestone, so thank you all for welcoming me so far.
I'm Josie Carter. I'm a local Folkestonian. And it's delightful to be here with you, Flux Festers, today, and recognising so many beautiful faces in the crowd. My pronouns are she, her, by the way. Sam, do you want to do your pronouns?
I'm a he, him.
I would also like to give massive thanks to the amazing DJ Chula for providing exquisite vibes this afternoon, and to Jules, who is making visual notes of this entire afternoon. So thank you, Jules. What have we got in store for you tonight? We've got a lot of things. First of all, I think it's important to say, a bit like Sam has just said, why we're all here. We're here to celebrate the fact that this programme of arts projects with young people whose voices don't often get to take centre stage has happened. Today is all about celebrating all the taking part that has happened, and there has been so much taking part, not just in Folkestone but across the whole of Kent, and some of the achievements and things that have come out of this amazing Flux project. And then spreading the word that we want some more. Do we want some more? Thought so.
So yeah, as Josie said, we're going to be looking at some of the Flux projects, hearing about them, seeing what you guys have made. I haven't seen any of it, so I'm really looking forward to catching it all. In the break, if you haven't already, please go get your photo taken with Igor out the front. And the photos, you can take them home, they're just for you. And then upstairs in clearing, you can write about how you're feeling right now, what makes you feel like you matter. There's going to be a wall with thought-provoking words and stuff on there, so please go put down your feelings. If you need to just let something out, go and do it, express yourself.
And there are some rules for this space. I think one of the standout key elements of the Flux project is making a safe space for everybody. I'm sure you've seen the poster outside, but I will just go through it a little bit. First rule is be kind, and that means not judging yourself or anybody else. I think that's a really, really important one, to be kind to yourself and to everyone who's around you. We've stated that racism, homophobia, transphobia, sexism and body shaming has absolutely no place here. Everyone in this project comes from all walks of life, and it's really important to respect that. There's a beautiful mural in Folkestone that's just gone up at the moment with words from Lem Sisse, which says the sun to the moon, to the head to the heart, we have more in common than sets us apart. And I think that's a really beautiful word. And big up to Lem Sisse.
And obviously if you need to go to the loo, take a call, whatever, just get some fresh air, please do. The doors obviously are there, and then you can go out into the front. Tiff is also going to be, where's Tiff? Yes, Tiff. So Tiff's going to be taking some amazing photos. If you don't want to be in photos, totally cool. Please just go and tell them, and tell anyone else if you don't want to be in the pics, that's fine. And check in with people. Check in with other people you haven't spoken to before, people that you might never see again. Just go and ask them how they are, how they're enjoying the night. Come chat to me, come chat to Josie. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. This is space for sharing and connecting. there's going to be a few pieces that might be triggering and stuff for some people, so please, if you need like to take a break or whatever, we're going to put warnings up and stuff when they come on, so take your time.
And finally, let's big up everyone with as much applause as possible, I think now and throughout the entire afternoon, because there are going to be lots of people who are here who've worked on the things you'll see tonight, and it's really important to make them feel appreciated and loved for their contributions. So, can we have a big round of applause now? And can we keep it going for our first film? A film made by Chris Duncan of Sparks Film, who's actually here tonight.
Make some noise for Chris.
Chris was able to visit some of the Sparks, the Flux projects while they were in action. And in the film we see some of what's actually happened in all of the different projects across Kent. If you want to see Chris, talk to Chris, get interviewed by Chris, and tell him how you've enjoyed today and the project, please do go and find him, because I think he is still actively making films now. Actually, do you want to give another big wave, Chris, so people can see you?
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. I love the applause. The applause is going to be a really big part of tonight, I think. So with that, please can we see the Sparks film?
Flux is a series of arts projects that have taken place and are continuing to take place across the whole of Kent and Medway throughout 2022.
Alright, we'll do that again. The boys do the B parts and the girls do the G parts.
The great thing about music is that music is such a universal language. It brings people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different genders.
MTP, we're stepping low key when I'm on the road. Everybody knows me. It's a two-man step with me and Brody. We're doing it big.
Doing this project, it's made me be more confident and speak up when something is wrong.
We're doing it big like MTV.
Nice.
So Zine, in my eyes, it's an amazing little book that can tell a story, and it's filled with things that you've made, not just what you've been told to do. It's just a freely open thing that you could do with each other.
Sometimes you just need that quick, that one where you're sort of tensing up and then...
So you actually get into an angry posture by tensing up like this, and then go, and this will really help you. It really, really genuinely works.
Yeah, it's a good way to let the stress out.
10, 11, 12, 13.
CRAN is the Kent Refugee Action Network, and we've been running a weekly drama group, having fun, playing games, developing drama skills.
And also to practice English, because this is one of the most important barriers that they face when they arrive in the UK. And the drama, I think it was kind of a safe place for them to express themselves and also to learn new things.
Yeah, but when I write my own music, I just rap about life, innit? Things that's happened to me, slightly therapeutic.
This was my one. So trans down the side in different colours, and it says, thoughts racing, anxiety nestles silently, because I do have anxiety and I am quite quiet, but I don't really open up about my thoughts or anything.
Just people don't get to be who they want to be, and it can just affect mental health and so many other things around them. We added just things together that created the impact of what it's actually like on one person, and we kind of just spread it around everyone, and it created a big kind of society of emotions.
At first it was quite difficult because obviously talking about it I never really used to, because I was just scared to talk about my identity, but then as I started speaking about it I felt more confident in myself. So.
We're starting as a country to recognise the need for more mental health support, more enabling spaces for people to express themselves.
Yeah, I would really advise other children who struggle with expressing their thoughts to do this. Even if they don't really feel confident in themselves, they can learn to be.
Living Words. We're the lead partner and we also run our own specified Flux project titled Living Warriors, where we work specifically with individuals from the LGBTQIA+ community.
We have groups of young people and groups of writers come together. We have paper up on the walls and we're looking at kindness and unkindness towards ourselves. And then through sort of over the period of weeks, sort of miraculously really, the book appears and it's that person's words as they say them and that feel a validation for them.
Today is Pride in Folkestone. We got on stage with Living Words to talk about the Flux project. I shared a few words about the project and shared some of my own words that I spoke to one of the Living Words members during the project.
I'm not used to being kind to myself, and it's difficult to describe how kindness feels when I rarely give it to myself.
I never thought that I would be sharing my words to such a big crowd, but honestly the project has given me so much confidence and it's so important, especially to the younger generation of LGBT people. I think it's important to share my own words and how I feel about myself and to let them know that they're not alone.
I just was really impressed with the way that Living Words work, and especially they're very guiding and nurturing and supportive and not prescriptive, so participants can really bring out of themselves what they want to say and what they want to express, so that works brilliantly well.
I felt a lot happier here, especially doing the zine, because, well, like I said, people are just so much kinder to you and they actually understand you, because some people have got the same feelings of what you've been through.
Yeah, everyone in our group enjoys it. Like, I can tell they enjoy it. But every time we do it, there's not one person with not a smile on their face. Yeah, it's fun.
Wow. That was absolutely amazing. From an outside perspective, as someone who's not from here, I'm amazed at how much work you lot have done in, what, a year or whatever. That's nuts.
Delighted to introduce now Olivia, who is, you will have just seen her actually, is one of the key members of the Flux team.
Thank you, everyone. I'm just here to say a few thank yous. I'm Olivia, and I'm one of the Living Words team, and also have been the project manager for Flux. And we just want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here today. It's so wonderful to have everybody together who has taken part in Flux in some form. And we also want to say a real special thank you to all of our Flux practitioners and partners, some of whom have been running workshops just now. And we also want to say a huge thank you to Flux's funders and sponsors, Kent County Council, Artswork, Arts Council England and KMPT, NHS Kent and Medway. And most importantly, thank you to all of the Flux project members, and also all of those who have supported making the Flux happen across Kent and Medway over the past year or so. Flux Fest is for you and all about celebrating you. So Flux in a nutshell has been a programme of projects that have been run by a collective of Kent's cultural organisations and practitioners who, through the use of creativity, have aimed to give us new tools for expression, as Flux believes that the arts are a tool within themselves and itself for improving mental health. And Flux has also all been about trying out this cross-sector working for the first time between the arts together with the social care and public health sectors. Flux would love us all to feel that we live in a county that listens to every member of society, and that the arts, local government and the NHS work in true collaboration, each other supporting and lifting the other up. Thank you.
Now, I think we probably saw a little clip of it in that film just then. I heard that some people from Victory Academy were maybe in the place. Am I right? So it says here that pupils from Victory Academy have been working with the amazing Nathaniel from the bass. Make some noise for Nathaniel as well. In Ashford, thanks to our Ideas Test. And across 2 terms, they've been developing their music creation skills and are also close to achieving Arts Awards, which I think is pretty amazing. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the official premiere of MTP Buzz.
Okay, when I run these beats, I'm doing it mad and I do it my own way. You know when I run these beats, I'm going dumb and I go with crazy. You hear the beat go bum bum bum, darling, I'm loving your waist and figure. Ain't no road, so I don't pull trigger.
Aye, had to jump in the beat, I'm going dumb, nah. Yeah, I'm going stupid, I need me a browning. What about back now, watch body, tryna move like Cupid. But no, I can take my fit idiot, I know darling, I'm not flipping stupid. I just need me bands on bands like HS, really need racks on racks.
Me and my girls are real. Man like Millie, she always I rate that ting. Me and my brethren take the risks. Like resting. They call us SBM, sisters before misters. 24 hours on the road. Like yeah, you know. Left to the window, right to the door. He's poor, I'll you in a Swords be fake, brothers be fake. Man will aim.
Just me and my girls, acting like we have no cares in the world. Until you caught my eye.
We were only little fireflies.
We saw you dancing there, we thought we just had to stare. Loving the way you sway to the beat, hoping that one day we soon meet. Until I looked up to see those pearly whites smiling at me.
I thought it might have been too soon, but after seeing him make a move,
my heart stuck between ties, cause my girl's like the same guy.
Could it be true, or am I living a lie?
Next, we have an interview with some of the participants from the CRAN project. Please can I invite Emma Willits and Osama to the stage. Hello, thank you for coming up here. I'm told this has to be really, really brief, so although I want to ask you every single question it's possible to ask. Emma, please could you tell us a bit about what you've been doing, what this project's been about?
Yeah, so I work at Gulbenkian, and for the last year we've been running weekly drama workshops with CRAN. We've kind of gone through, we've worked on lots of different things. We haven't been working up to one thing because our kind of focus has been on creating a safe space, I guess, and a place every week where people from CRAN can come and have some fun, play some ridiculous games, smile, laugh, work together, find different ways to communicate with each other. Yeah. So that was a lot. Sorry. Yeah.
And Osama, can you tell us how you think it's gone?
Actually, first, let me introduce what is CRAN. So, CRAN stands for Kent Refugee Action Network, and it's a small charity that supports refugee and asylum seekers. And one of the main issues that tackles refugees and asylum seekers is isolation and feeling loneliness. And this project and this weekly drama sessions have enabled us to create this space for the young people, for them to make friends, build a network, and from there, for them just to be themselves. And it went very well. So I just was amazed by the smiles I see every week, and by the laughs, and by the for them just trying to speak to each other and build this connection with the Gulbenkian people and with us, and this is just a big achievement for ourselves.
Thanks so much. And we're here as well. Thank you. Yes, big love to the whole organisation from the Flux project.
So yeah, big up CRAN and the Gulbenkian project. They also work with Spring Lane Community in Canterbury too, so they've got a lot of stuff going on, so shout out to them.
Next up, we're going to speak to some of the representatives of the Living Warriors Project. I'd like to introduce Shazia and Elijah. Please come. It's one of those moments with a long walk. Oh, by the way, you're very welcome to use these recorded mics as well if you want to grab one of them. Yes, I believe so. It's a little technical difficulties moment.
Hello everyone. So I'll just speak briefly. So I'm Shazia. I'm one of the artists who worked on the Living Warriors Flux project and worked with Elijah, who's going to share something in a minute. Yay, Elijah! Just to tell you a little bit, and I've made notes. Just to tell you a little bit about our project. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. I hope I don't have chili on my face. So hungry. So as we had 3 different projects through the year. We had a spring, summer, and an autumn project. Everyone had their own book, which looked something like this. So there's an individual book of their words about how they were feeling, about life at the moment. And then they also had an anthology for their particular project. So this was the autumn anthology. And then there was a cassette of some songs that were done. And also we did an anthology, a big anthology that was published with, I think, 27 people's words inside it, which was meant to be here today, but due to the Royal Mail strike, it's not. So all of the project members will have it delivered, not by Elf, but by a Living Warriors member. And if anyone else wants a copy, just get in touch with us at Living Words. So I'm just going to read the dedication from the anthology, and then Elijah is very kindly going to share their words. This book is dedicated to all LGBTQIA+ humans. We all struggle with how we treat ourselves, and yet that is the person we get to spend our lives with. Love them. They deserve it. Notice the language we use when we talk about ourselves, both out loud and internally. The only way is through, and with a bit more love and kindness towards ourselves, we might just change the world.
So yeah, I'm a bit too small for that mic, but so this one is called Sugarcoating My Second Date. I guess I don't listen to myself. In the moment, I get caught up in things, or if I don't like where something's going, I just keep going. I go with the flow. Later, I think, I would have been happier if I did something. It kind of manifests, like wanting a thing to happen and something else happens. I let this regret manifest itself, and it takes away from what I was feeling. It's quite vague, and at the same time, it's specific.
That was totally amazing, and I'm really happy to announce that we're actually going to be watching a little film made by the same group. This is after their spring and summer projects of this year. There's a trigger warning for drug taking and self-harm, so if you need a moment, that's cool. But without further ado,
This other one was the anticipation of butterflies. Being on an emotional high.
Everything kind of falls away.
I was in a cocoon for a while, and now I'm ready.
To kick it off?
With my little butterfly legs.
I've always wanted to fly.
Okay.
I feel ready now.
I'm ready.
What does unkindness towards yourself look like?
What does unkindness to myself look like?
My fragile little brain, the stress it puts everyone under.
Everything I swept under the rug.
Being brought up nice doesn't correspond at all to how you talk to yourself.
Before I was aware of my queerness, I didn't understand what was going on.
Assumed how I spoke to myself was nice, because I was nice.
What does unkindness look like?
I'd say beating myself up about like kind of small insignificant things and making them bigger than they actually need to be.
Judging myself quite harshly.
Not allowing myself to get things wrong.
50 tabs all open in my brain, all whirring.
It looks like silencing myself.
Keeping myself in line.
Unkindness can be mindless eating.
Drinking too much.
Or not reaching out to the people I love.
Feeling like I can't afford to let go.
Impatience.
Using being kind to myself as a bargaining tool.
It could be shame-coated anger.
Irritation.
Constantly trying to prove myself wrong and right at the same time. These are some words of some other people in the project that have asked me to read them.
Unkindness can be
feeling like a burden.
Exercising to earn food.
Waking up after a night out. The apology text.
Blaming myself for inconveniencing others when my disabilities make life difficult.
A lot of substance abuse.
Cutting. Making the invisible visible.
Not allowing myself to rest. Feeling guilty.
Seeking outside validation.
Telling myself I don't deserve kindness.
Not knowing when to stop.
Masking. Pushing myself until I break.
Not catching air.
Expecting perfection, but not expecting perfection in other people.
What does kindness to yourself look like?
What does kindness to myself look like?
I am a human being.
You can be more kind to other people than you are to yourself.
Kindness is persistence.
I'm anxious about being kind to myself because I'm worried about kindness.
What's kindness to myself look like?
Letting go.
Finding joy in the little things.
When I allow myself to sit with something that makes me happy without judgment.
Sunshine on an early morning.
Kindness would be telling myself that I deserve love and kindness.
Kindness is comforting, like someone's wrapped a blanket around me.
Kindness would be allowing myself to go with something.
Reaching out to somebody, letting others in.
My grandmother. Lots of good memories.
Not discarding my feelings.
Kindness is exploring my identity.
It is a lot harder to think of and there is less things, I suppose.
Kindness is brushing my teeth.
Allowing myself to rest without judgment.
Doing my washing.
Understanding that some things are not in my control and accepting that.
Kindness is going a whole weekend not doing coke.
Not blaming myself for when I'm unable to do things.
Eating to fuel my body and brain with as little judgment as possible.
Changing bed sheets.
A face pack on a warm day.
Not doing drugs for a day.
Kindness to myself feels like dancing.
It takes trust to allow kindness in from other people.
It's rational to look at what's happening.
And feel devastated by all the ways the world is fucked up.
To struggle.
I spent so long thinking that I didn't have a voice at all.
Power.
Release.
Exaltation.
I really wouldn't want anyone else to feel alone.
You're better than that, babe. Stop it.
Understand, your needs are important enough to tell someone. Somebody else will find them important.
A big, deep breath.
I've done a lot to get where I am today. Now I just have to live it.
Thank you. for the first time, I'm seeing that there's an abundance of opportunity, and I want to get there.
I feel a lot more confident in myself, and I feel like I look after myself a lot better now.
Amazing.
Seeing where the roots are, I'm a human being. Fast enough to rest in this golden hour. Seeing where the roots are, I'm a human being. Fast enough to rest in this golden hour.
Congrats to everybody who was involved in the project and in making the film. I just want to say also, I was a project member on the Flux Living Warriors project as a participant, and it was really moving to kind of see people I knew and hear words that really resonated with me. So it was a real delight to see that in such a beautiful form. And also to say massive congrats to the people who appeared on the film, both physically with image and also their voices as well. It was really, really brave, really courageous. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
So now we've got a bit of an experimental thing going on, and hopefully we're not going to have any technical issues.
Fingers crossed.
There's an amazing project leader called Randolph Matthews, who's a musician. Some of you might have met him. I haven't had the chance to yet, but hopefully we're going to be joined live by Randolph in Senegal on Zoom. So don't leave me hanging, tech man. Hey, here he is.
The man himself.
Can you hear me, Randolph? Can you hear me?
Can't hear anybody.
Oh no.
Can you see
Can you
us?
hear me?
We can hear you. I don't know. Oh, if you can't hear me, I don't know what to say.
I think I saw some fists going up, but I'm not quite sure.
Hooray! Fantastic.
Oh, you can hear me.
You can.
And Josie, that is Josie, yes.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic, how you doing?
It's great to see you. I don't know if you can hear us.
I can hear you now.
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic! Yes!
So Randolph, thanks for joining us, man. How's the weather over there?
Look at my shirt.
Yeah. It's not like
Does it not
chilly.
speak for itself? I mean, I don't know if I need to say much more than that.
Oh, mate.
Look, I'm wearing glasses. Okay.
Wow. It's not like chilly December in Folkestone.
You feel like you're
True.
bringing the Senegal weather to, the quiet and dark courthouse. So thank you so much for
Well,
that.
I hope so. I hope so.
I mean, you
because
always do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But there is something about, when you make this kind of journey and you go to another country and you experience just heat and warmth and the pace again. And there's a kind of acceptance, which I always have to come back to, just like, yes, this is what it means to be in the sun.
So Randall, we've heard through the grapevine that we might be graced with a little tiny performance for a couple of minutes. What's the odds on that happening?
Anything. I'm a vocal improviser. I've stupidly in my settings, I've blurred out the space behind me.
We'd love to hear something if you're up for it.
Because I'm on my phone, but I'm literally just going to do something here. So behind me is the actual space. It's a dance school that I'm in. See, my hand has gone into that space now. And so in the next kind of day or so, it's going to be filled with dancers who I'm going to be working with in terms of voice. So let me do something. Let me see if I can do something.
Amazing. Take it away, Randolph Matthews.
Woo! Bang, sing, doom, gaia, boom, bang, bang, boom, bang, 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 bang. Look better than the bing, bang, boom, bam, bam, bing, bang, boom, bing, bang, boom, bam, bam, bing, bing, ba, boom. Hey, boom, bing, boom, ba, ba, boom, bing, bing. Hey, bing, bang, boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, bing, bing. I'm in the sun, bing, boom, bam, bam, bing, bang, boom. Don't want to make you envious, bing, bing, boom, 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 boom. I'm in the sun, bing, boom, bing, yeah, button, bing, boom. Don't want to make you envious, bim, 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 bim. Oh, oh, I feel that I am coming alive again in some kind of way. I feel like I am coming alive again. Bang, bang, dum, baby, boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, boom, boom. Oh, baby, baby, shoom, ding, 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 ba, ba, boom, bing, 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 bing. Wait, I think I can take it to go, get, the better to do, get, ba, 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 boom, get. I'm in the Sunday, the glorious sun, to get boom ba boom. I'm in the sun, I'm in the glorious sun, boom boom bum bum. But I am sending love to all of you in the winter blue where you may be and I am not. I'm in I'm in the sun, sending love, sending to the kid, sending love, sending to Garo, sending skeptical, sending love, sending get, sending love, sending love, sending love, hepatinitis, sending love, sending love, sending love to you, bang, boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, bang, boom. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you so much. Can you hear the love rumble?
I really love.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, man.
Pleasure.
I'm sending love back to you in Senegal.
Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening and love to you all in Folkestone. I miss you.
Oh my God, he's so wonderful. Next up, please can I welcome Charlotte from Community Arts Kent. Oh no! Charlotte, come! Oh, she's hugging a child. Right, enough of that, Charlotte. Up here, please. Oh, well, it's nice to have you up here. Please make a round of applause for Charlotte Chapman. Hello. Again, I have to keep these interviews so brief and I want to ask you a zillion questions, plus about that pile of things that you just put on the table. However, please could you tell us about your zine project?
Okay, well, I've got some lovely people here who were part of the zine project at Pie Factory. And the idea with the zine project is, and actually you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but the idea was that each time the project was run, each group decided exactly what content went in their zine. They decided exactly the theme of the zine, and then created a zine basically. So that was it really. Anything else?
Cool. I think just applause. And actually, some of the zines are available for your perusal over here.
Yeah, all the zines are over there, so you can look at these incredible young people's work as well in there. And there's another group. I'm not sure if anybody else is here from the other group, but there's also 2 zines are there. Thanks, Rosie.
My pleasure. And also a huge congrats to Crack Factory for being here today. It was fabulous.
So, we're going to be graced with another performer now. Shiraz is 15 and part of Shetway Youth Obsessions. Without us, Michaela, Sarakova, Angela Pat, who we just met, and Manu Baswan. Shiraz is performing a dance piece she's choreographed herself with support today from Michaela, and it's set to music by Ellie Dew called Middle of the Night. So please welcome her with warm hearts.
I summoned you, please come to me. Don't bury thoughts that you really want. I fill you up, drink from my cup. Within me lies what you really want. Come, lay me down, 'cause you know this, 'cause you know this. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, just call my name, I'm yours to tame. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, I'm wide awake, I crave your taste all night long. Till morning comes, I'm getting what is mine, you gon' get yours, oh no. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, oh. These burning flames, these crashing waves wash over me like a hurricane. I'll captivate, you're hypnotized, feel powerful, but it's me again. Come, lay me down, 'cause I know this, 'cause I know this. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, just call my name, I'm yours to tame. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, I'm wide awake, I crave your taste all night long. Till morning comes, I'm getting what is mine, you gon' get yours, oh no. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, oh. Just call on me, just call my name. Let me in. In the middle of the night, just call my name, I'm yours to tame. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, I'm wide awake, I crave your taste all night long. Till morning comes, I'm getting what is mine, you gon' get yours, oh. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, oh.
A ton of fun. We've seen a bunch of things, and there is yet more to come. But first, we're gonna clear the tables. There are gonna be some chocolates. There's the chocolates. Please grab high five for the chocolates. Great. Please do grab more drinks. There are free drinks on the tables. Go and get your photo taken by Igor. Write on the walls. Tell us what you think of today. Let us know if you're having a great time. And please be back promptly for 3:25 p.m. So we can do the rest. But yes, break time.
10 minutes. Flux ticket.
Pick up their poster, please do come and collect it over here.
There was a voice that said, you've pretty much defeated this. I said, I hope so, and smiled. You made it through, can get through.
We're going to be out of it by 4 p.m, so
We have lots to get through,
we have lots to get through, lots of amazing things to share.
I guess we'll start as people kind of flow in and take their seats and kind of get situated. I hope you have already enjoyed your chocolates, had some drinks. Please continue to do that through the rest of the evening. They are for you, and we need them to be gone, or else I will eat them. Yeah, do you want to say about the postcards, Sam?
Yeah, I just mentioned a little bit, but if anybody wants to leave some feedback, it would be really, really helpful for Flux if you just write on those little cards any feedback, any thoughts, feelings about how the event's gone, what you think could be improved, what you enjoyed, anything like that. Please just come and... Okay, pardon me. So there's a sheet which makes it even easier. So just anything that's on there, please just come drop some feedback on here. It'll be really helpful.
Yeah, we're going to make sure we finish at 4 p.m. But before that, we're hoping to have more from the tutors on the Flux project. We're going to have a BBC short film premiere. Ooh, yeah. And more, including maybe 1 or potentially 2 live dance performances. I hope you've all been checking in with your neighbours, making sure that there's kind of a mutual mental health support vibe going around the room, because that's what we're all here for today.
And there's going to be some goodie bags available at the end as well, so definitely hang about.
And lastly, I know you've been doing an amazing job at this. Please keep up the woos and the cheers and the high fives and most importantly the applause for all the projects.
I think our hands are going to be aching by the end of it, but it's important.
But yes, amazing. Thank you. That's all what I like to hear. So next, we're actually going to have something that's a little bit different and in fact maybe even a bit experimental. What you're going to hear is a sound piece that was recorded live in a drama workshop at Turner Free School in Folkestone. The recording, the sound quality isn't amazing, but we wanted to share it today because we think the content is amazing. The talented group of students wrote about and created soundscape about living with their feelings of anxiety. It's kind of raw, but it's also really, really beautiful. So please be aware that it isn't a finished piece, but please will you show your love to the young people for bravely taking part in the workshop and letting us play this today.
A tsunami chases, trying to consume, trying to run away, back in the house, pain in the back, like being called by a cat.
I don't feel good enough. Everyone is watching, like I'm in a freak show, trapped in a cage. I'm overwhelmed, but everyone thinks I'm performing.
Oh god, stuck inside a bubble, a life or death situation. When it pops like electricity, when it falls in the water, it stops.
Anxiety, watching,
failure,
Headache,
loud,
sick, judging.
Wow. So that's a work in progress, so that's going to be added on and changed and stuff and fine-tuned, but definitely really conveys a feeling of anxiety to me. And I'm really impressed by the variety of stuff I'm seeing here today. And there's been one performance I've been looking forward to seeing, I'm not going to lie. Some of you are definitely going to know him, so please can you make some noise for Nathaniel from the bass.
Thank you for the kind words. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Okay. Can we just have a round of applause for Susanna, everyone who's been involved, the Flux team, everybody who's performed so far. I think you guys have done an amazing job, so it's a round of applause for you. And then I'm going to be slightly biased. A huge round of applause for the young ladies here. Myself and Laura, we've had the privilege of working with these guys for the past few weeks. They really have become part of, I think we've become part of the family actually. And seeing you guys come out of your shell has been amazing. So yeah, definitely well done, and it's been great. I'm Nathaniel. I'm gonna perform a song today. So I've got a song called I'm Good, all right? So there's often the thing, being British, when we always see each other, we say, how you guys doing? You all right? Yeah, I'm good, mate. You? Yeah, I'm good. Or, I'm doing good, thank you. You all right? Yeah, I'm good. So we've got a song a bit like that, okay? But I'm gonna need some participation. I'm not just gonna be here doing it by myself. I'm gonna need you guys to get involved, okay? So I need to do a little test to find out how loud or quiet you guys are, okay? So first and foremost, I need the guys to say yeah, yeah, and the girls to say woo, woo, okay? All right, so how many guys are in the building tonight say yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah. There we go, all right. How many girls are here say woo, woo? Okay, all right, no, that's good, that's not bad, okay, all right. Okay, so the chorus goes, I'm good, you good? So very simple, very easy, all right? When I say I'm good, I need you guys to shout back to me, you good, yeah? So I'm gonna say, I'm good, you good? So we have a little practice run, okay? All right, so, I'm good. You're good. No, we can do a bit better than that. Let's go again. I'm good. You're good. There we go. Okay. All right, girls, do you want to come up with me or not? You don't have to. Do you want to get involved? Do you want to come on stage? Yeah? All right, cool. Well, health and safety. I don't want to get sued, nothing like that. Okay, all right, so you're going to help me interact with the crowd, okay? So when I say, I'm good, you're going to say, you good? Yeah, so let's practice. I'm good. You good? Cool, and again, I'm good. You good? All right, yeah, DJ, let's get started. Let's go, cool, thank you. All right, everyone put your hands up in the air like this. That's it, there we go, okay. Are you ready? Turn the music up a bit, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, hey. I'm good, I got this feeling for sure. We good, what's good? Ain't gotta worry no more. I'm good, without my feeling so pure. I wish you would, yes. And again, I'm good, there you go. I'm good. Lovely, one more time. I'm good. Yeah. Hey, I'm good. Okay, now.
Said amazing grace, how sweet the sound. You got me right with the melody. You picked me up when I hit the ground. Now I'm gonna rise with the melody. Said now I'm living nice and they're telling me never gonna win it with a recipe. But I'm gonna do path with energy. Never take it out from my enemies. I said I remember the days when I was just a kid that believed that. Look at make it out of the basement. And now I'm here with a team. You best believe that that was a statement. So you know we're blessed out here. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we praising the Most High, cause you know we ain't those guys. I said that trap on the road light, get gas on the road high. That's dead. We raising the toast high, said bye to the old life. Let's party, man. Okay, listen, everyone get involved. I said oli yoli yole. I said oli yoli yole. Hey, I'm good. You good? I'm good. You good? I'm good. 1, 2, 3, say I'm good. You good? I got this feeling for sure.
stress, that's life for me. Thank God for the fun times. I remember this one time we was in school, it was lunchtime, and we killed it for the punchline. Wheeled it for the gun sign. Always had the hunger, even as the younger, I had the hunger, I was born before, I was sick of work to bear. This life will take me. I pray the hard times don't break me. Damn, hard times they make me. Now off the chains I break me. Money make them, but the money don't make me. Money change them, but the money don't change me. Still do my shopping and it adds to the Sainsbury's. Bro, it's crazy, you can never tame me. Work all day and I do this daily. Work and play. Alright, let's go, He said, Oli, Yoli, Yoli. He said, Oli, Yoli, Yoli. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm good. You good? Yes, I'm feeling for sure. I'm good. You good? Ain't gotta worry no more. I'm good. You good? We're down, we're feeling so pure. I'm good. You good? I got this feeling for sure. I'm good. You good? I got this feeling for sure. We good? You good? Ain't gotta worry no more. I'm good. You good? We're down, we're feeling so pure. I'm good. You good? And that's Mr. Round of applause for the girls. They were amazing. Well done, girls. Pleasure. Thank you. Well done. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I'm good. Hope you had a good night, girls. Thank you. I think they want to stay on the stage, actually. I think you guys want to stay on the stage. You know? She said she's not good anymore. Thank you, guys.
One last round of applause, please, for the girls and for the family, man. That was amazing. I'm in that vibe, man. So we're going to keep on with the hip-hop rap style theme for a little bit longer. And I'm going to invite Flo from Beats for Girls up to the front to say some words about the piece. So there's a work in progress piece, another work in progress piece. And we'd just love to hear all about it, Flo, if you could.
Well, I want to welcome Molly up to the stage, So before Molly arrives, I just want to say I've had an amazing time working with Molly, and we've only had a few short sessions together, and in that time I've gotten to know Molly a little bit and gotten to have a little window into your life, and it's amazing. As soon as I pressed the record button, all this stuff came flooding out. And I feel like we've talked together about the power of music to express yourself and as a tool for your life. So anyone that has those tools, art, music, poetry, anything like that, you have to use them for as long as you can, because not everybody does that in their life. And I think, Molly, you will, I hope. Anyway, Molly, do you want to say anything about your experience?
So when I started the project, I was a bit like, I don't really know what to say, I didn't really know what to do. And then I thought, if I do about my life, I thought it would be easier. So I used drill and my life, and I mixed it together to make what me and Flo made. So I'm a bit...
Thanks for listening. We're going to hear a very short bit of a little work in progress, and I'm excited to continue working with Molly and see where we get.
Yo. Is it no? Luigi, back with another thing. You get me? You get me?
Bees wanna try and get him. If they rise and back, then ching him. Don't know whether God knows that. Bear, out trying to go ring him. Aye. We're doing now. Yo, they've already seen since last year. I don't wanna know what you're really gonna do. You're trying to come for me, but I'm not trying to come for you. So it is what it is if you comfort you. So I know, and I know what I'm saying to Jesus. I don't even care, cause I'm ripping and bouncing the fire. My nose are the fire and keepers. Yo.
Just a little snippet for now, then, yeah? Woo! Come on, Molly, man. Just a little teaser. You have to wait for the full drop.
Thank you so much to Flo and to Molly. Also, I'm loving the presence of girls and the gender expansive in hip hop this afternoon. Pretty amazing. Now we're going to go back to Living Warriors again, so the Flux project run by Living Words. So the BBC heard about some of the projects that we were running as part of this overall Flux project and asked Living Words to make a film about overcoming self-harm featuring people from the project. Again, another trigger warning, there will be mentions of self-harm and mental health issues, but it's a really, really great film, and here it is.
I can't believe that kid that was harming themselves would end up sitting here. I've come so far.
For the first time, I'm seeing that there's an abundance of opportunity.
I wish I wouldn't have blamed myself so much for the way I felt and for the self-harm, because that's made it harder.
What I actually needed to do was be brave enough to step out of myself.
Self-harm behaviours are warning signs that something is not right.
There's great optimism for people making a recovery that's good and that lasts.
I first sort of started to self-harm when I was about 16. It was a lack of confidence and sort of feeling like I didn't fit in anywhere, and I just had all this frustration about my identity, who I was. My mum was just worried about me constantly. I was not really talking to anyone about it, just assuming this was normal and everyone felt like that.
I experienced self-harm related to my anger especially. From a young age I kind of learned that anger was a scary thing, or a thing that I shouldn't allow myself to feel.
I experienced trauma that I blacked out, that I couldn't access for years. I didn't really know what I was doing or have a plan or purpose even, but I was getting desperate.
Self-harm is a behaviour and it's a form of communication. Self-harm expresses emotional pain through a transformation into physical pain.
There are few statistics in relation to self-harm. 1 in 6 children and young people aged 16 years in England had a probable mental illness in 2021, would translate to something like 5 children in every classroom of 30. And in parallel, we see rising rates of self-harm to an emergency department.
You can self-harm in multiple ways. It doesn't always have to be through the standard ways that we know. Self-harming relationships, substance misuse, so there's a variety of different ways in which people do it.
I self-harmed on and off with cutting, then I developed an eating disorder.
I just became very secretive, and then it sort of turned into more neglecting myself. I'd been out drinking and I just didn't stop.
I noticed that a lot of my anger was directed at myself, whether it was like pinching myself or biting the inside of my cheek, things like that. A lot of my binging would happen when I was angry or upset and didn't feel like I was being listened to.
In very traditional gender-based ways, often males will tend to self-harm in quite violent ways. So getting into a fight sometimes, they put their fist through a glass.
We're learning a lot more about the experience of trauma. There's a kind of capital T trauma, but there's also small t trauma. All those small wounds that we all have from adverse life experiences, where perhaps we felt we haven't been seen or known. So it's not that something happened, but maybe something didn't happen.
People know that it's hard being a teenager. It just wasn't that. My parents wanted to help, but they didn't know how, so I hid it better. I didn't want to ask for help because I didn't want to seem like I was attention-seeking or belittled or made fun of. You want to be seen, but you don't want attention for the self-harm.
When people say that self-harm is attention-seeking, is to see it as attention-needing. Because self-harm is a form of communication, in order to move forward, you need to find an alternative form of communication, convert it into any other outward form of communication, rather than
making it implode, making the pain implode back on you?
Well, something I'm doing to work towards living a better life is therapy. I still withhold a lot of myself from other people, but I definitely get to talk to myself through the art that I do, my anger as a wave that can come and go. Being angry doesn't make me an angry person.
I got a journal out and just started writing. I tend to share a lot of my poetry or anything I've written with my mum through running my Instagram account and working in the mental health industry. I think it's shown how much helping other people has helped myself.
Walking is a great tool for me. Walking allows me to process things in my mind.
I do lots of different things. I've had to plan my life in a way that I feel good and I don't relapse. And it's important to get your feelings out in whatever way. Creative projects are really good in order to learn how to verbalize things and understand what's going on.
Coming together with a group of people that were like myself, sharing words and experiences feels really comforting.
Expressing myself in a creative way, using my own words, I never thought would be possible for someone like me.
One thing I've learned over the last year or so is that it just takes a few moments of bravery to get the support that you need. You don't need to feel that you deserve it, you just need to know you need it.
It's not always going to be perfect, but just do your best.
No matter what you do, people are there to support you.
We definitely need to be open for people to tell us what they need. Society just needs to be a lot more person-centered and trauma-informed.
Being trauma aware, we have a responsibility with our young people to relate to them where they are. Having some compassion that somebody may have experienced some trauma is helpful.
It's really important to see this as a period of time in your life which you marked as being distressing, and to be able to see that as a phase that you have now moved from, and to be proud of having got through it. You can do it.
I thought that was it. Whatever I was feeling, wherever I was then, was going to be forever. And it wasn't. It hasn't been easy every step of the way, growing up or as an adult, but it is not the same. But things change, and they get better, and come and go.
Don't get your mic.
They're probably not really interested.
Fast enough to rest in its golden hour rolls. Everything falls away. Seeing where the roots are, I'm a human being. Everything falls away. Fast enough to rest in its golden hour rolls. Everything falls away.
I do just want to say, if you feel like you need support with these issues, if anything from that film brought up something for you, please do find Susanna or Loretta. And I think we've been doing a really, really good job of this already, but supporting each other. So please do check in with the people around you, make sure they're doing good. Now, I mean, we're at 4 o'clock and we still have 2 acts to go. I think we're just going to power through. So it's my delight to invite back to the stage Fleur and Michaela. Fleur and Michaela. Applause. So Fleur is a singer-songwriter and Michaela is a dancer, and Fleur will be singing live and Michaela will be improvising. So, fantastic.
Wow, what a beautiful film. That's very moving. I'm so honoured to be part of this day today, and even more honoured to have, this is the first for me, a dancer improvising to my music. Wonderful. I'm going to play you a song that I wrote when I was a teenager, and I thought I would play it just because I wanted to kind of put myself in the mindset of what might some of the young people in this room be experiencing or have experienced. And this song is called Spread Them Eggs, and I do need to provide a bit of context there, I think. But I wrote this song after going through a really difficult period of time, being in a very toxic relationship and then coming out the other side of it and sort of realising how I'd lost sight of myself and the people around me. And I think that message has come through so many times today of really being rooted in yourself and thinking about who you are and expressing yourself and trusting people around you and being brave and not trying to do everything yourself. So that's kind of what this song is about. I hope you enjoy it. Spiraling downwards is someone I encountered. Seasonal darkness or a character's outlook. Hold yourself, let the roots grow around you. Fog in your goggles or a catch in your blinkers, blur in your vision. Is it my premonition? The eggs in your basket, one day they'll break. So don't put them in there for anyone else's sake. Spread them around so one of them's found. Follow the sound of the cracking shell. For you, it was all I know, although I was never sure. Still can't quite see where I'm bound. The one thing I got my head around. Hold yourself, let the roots grow around you. Let the roots grow all around you. Ooh, ooh, eggs in your basket, one day they'll break. So don't put them in there for anyone else's sake. Spread them around to one of them's found. Follow the sound of the cracking shell. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, Flo, Michaela. Yeah, what a delight, what a treat.
I'm totally blown away, to be honest. Like, this whole day has just been mad. The levels of talent, the levels of productivity is just crazy. So it's been an honour to be here.
Sam, actually, I've been thinking, visiting from Oxford for the day, what do you think of our Folkestone culture, having been able to sample it a bit today?
It's amazing. I didn't really know anything about Folkestone, so it's really cool to see what people are doing here and all over Kent and the surrounding areas. Like, obviously we do our thing in Oxford, and it's really cool to see, you know, everywhere I've visited and everywhere I've been to, there's loads of young people just doing their thing, not worrying about, you know, like problems that they've got in their lives, or finding ways to like focus on stuff creatively. It's just really moving. So I'm really grateful to be here. So thank you guys.
And to finish, do you fancy performing one of your tracks for us?
You're gonna do me in. All right.
I'll be a hype woman. I'll let you do this.
Should I do a little track then? Yeah? What are we saying? I don't know. Should I do a little track? What we're feeling? It's some hard acts to follow, man. But let's have a little try. When the beat's there. Hard to deliver. Perfect scar on my liver. Smoking a buck in a Rizzler. Coming in fast, gets if pass. I'm putting up books on the Insta. Some of us shot in the pills. Yeah, I was improving my flow in the studio. You was at Notting to Hill. That's not me for real. I'm Cochrane's bottle. I'm putting to kill. Officer chill, you're not in the bill. Dropping bodies at will. Things be bugging, still we be living above them. I'm kidding to custom. What it do to me when it did to the government? They're a messenger. Still the same up on their heads. Drinking from bottles and kegs. Think you've forgotten your meds? My thinking is rotten instead. I should be getting to men. Forgetting never ending, betting the friends. Forgiving, live and wibble this to my end. I should just repent and pretend. Still having a speech. Be sat over planets and brownies to eat. Down in the Cali retreat. I step on the pub, type in the number and get on the phone. It's meant to be summer but cold, gonna jump right in for home. Whether you're lost in the stars, whether you're out with the movie, whether you're shot in the cars, or having your doubts about uni, whether you're opening doors, whether you're stepping the stones, don't care if you're holding the jaws. For me, I'm heading for home, heading for home. Mention them as I step into the zone, I'm heading for home. Content with my trend and I roam, I'm heading for home. No defenses are ever been shown, heading for home. I'm gonna get to be known, until then I'm heading for home. Western and eastern ends, north south north, seen some friends. Walk around with the cheese on them, I recall some was the reason then. I follow the go, hard in my heart and my soul. How I'm done just on the path that I roll. We've been singing this child like a cold, failing for fun. Inhaling the pain in my lungs, I paint to my mum. But more time I'm fine if I stay in my drum. Don't care what the life you build, bro. I know like the Silk Road. When I fly out for real though, go China to the Silk Road. But looking for horrible romance. Now I'm at Everest, cold like a abominable snowman. It's like lonely on Everest. Gotta be stacking and tuning, don't want you fashion or beauty. Think as you bad as you booty. It's the man that I lose me. Don't understand why I lost it. Lying in the sand and I crossed it. I'm broken but living and hoping and wishing my words be forgiven whatever the cost is. Do many will bump this. For pennies just someone do anything run this. No moral compass, don't need an accomplice. Look at all I've accomplished. Don't wanna be in the clubs. Too many be begging for bones. Usually down for the drugs, but right now I'm heading for home. I don't wanna be in the clubs. Too many be begging for bones. Used to be down for the drugs, but right now I'm heading for home. Whether you're lost in the stars, whether you're out with a movie, whether you're shot in the cars, or having your doubts about uni, whether you're opening doors, whether you're stepping the stones, don't care if you're holding the drawers. Come here, I'm heading for home, heading for home. As soon as I step into the zone, I'm heading for home. No defenses are ever been shown, I'm heading for home. No defenses are ever been shown, heading for home. I'm gonna get to be known, until then I'm heading for home. I'm heading for home, man. It's been lovely to be here, Folkestone. Thank you so much for having me.
I think we're just going to read some of the reflections and the thoughts and the feelings that people have been putting up on the walls upstairs in the clearing to tell us what they've thought about this afternoon. I'll give you one of them. So people have said they were feeling nervous, sad about Nancy, bubbly, I feel I matter when I'm included.
One here says, right now I feel terrified and happy, excited for today's adventure.
And people said that they feel they matter when they're with their mates, when I'm helping, and when I feel heard. So thank you for everyone who's shared these reflections. It really means a lot to us to notice that something about this has meant something to you. So can we have a round of applause for everyone who's written?
Round of applause for yourselves, man. Come on.
And with that, I think this is the end of Flux Fest 2022. Can we say a huge thank you to all of the acts and projects taking part here and across Kent, and even those everyone who's here and other people who aren't here as well. It's been amazing to see your hard work, your creativity. So thank you so much for bringing that to us.
Thanks to all of you for coming down. There's food available to take away, so please help yourselves. And there's goodie bags being dished out as well, so lots of treats going around. Please carry on looking after yourselves, go into the world, being kind to yourselves, being kind to each other, all of that good stuff.
And if you want to stick around and hear from the funders, etc., in 15 minutes' time in here, Susanna will post a conversation about Flux. You'll get to do a bit of chat about that. And then, apparently this is a very living words thing, to ask the audience, how do we end this?
How do we end such an
How do we
amazing
end
day?
this? Anybody got any ideas? You can shout them out. A big cheer!
Does that sound good? On three?
Good night!
There was a voice that said, "You've pretty much defeated this." I said, "I hope so," and smiled. You made it through, can get through anything.